Hello everyone, and welcome to week 7, section 5.4, equation of a line using points. I am going to give you 2 points, anywhere on the Cartesian plane, and what I'd like you to do is to create the equation that connects them. Here's how we do it. First, we need the slope formula. Secondly, we need the generic y equals mx plus b. So first step was to get the slope, and we found that. Once we have the slope, we're going to plug that into y equals mx plus b. Next would be to pick one of the 2 points, and it really does not matter which one. So I'm going to pick whichever point I think looks easier for me. I went with point I. Reason? It didn't have a negative sign, but that's the only reason. I substitute in to the y equals mx plus b version where I have my slope already inserted, and then I just use BEDMAS to figure out my y-intercept, my b factor. There's your equation. All right, seems simple enough, yes? Different versions of the same thing. Well, I can give you the slope and a point that it is already passing through. All this has done is save me the step. I do not need to go search for the slope or create the slope using the slope formula. They gave it to me, so I'm going to take it. Now, in this type of question, they're only going to give you 1 point, so that is the point I use for xy, and I solve for the y-intercept or the b factor. Again, once you have it, there's your equation. Last but not least, if they give you just a line on a graph, watch what happens. Depending on where the line crosses the y-axis, they have given you the b factor or the y-intercept directly. So I can go to my generic y equals mx plus b, plug in my b factor. Next, to figure out slope, I'm going to look at where the lines cross the grid lines on a graph. Reason, so I can count the rise and I can count the run steps and reduce the fraction so that I can use my slope in its position, and there's your equation. Okay? All right, again, here's the homework. There's multiple questions here. I would suggest you do 1 out of every 3 or 1 out of every 4. Be smart with your selection.